Today I'd like to discuss democratic peace theory. Democratic peace theory is the general view or theory that democracies are more prone to coming to peaceable terms with each other and avoiding war. Obviously, that is the evidence in this case, is the lack of war between them. Social scientists generally attribute this to a shared sense of norms and values instilled by democratic society and democratic leadership, whether it's a more diplomatic detente or just the way that they approach problems on the international scale. Now, a couple of important delineations. When we say war here, we are excluding border skirmishes and covert operations of any size or scale. And we are solely dealing with the period after 1945, when there was a general flourishing of democracies on the international stage. Before this point, democracies were few and far between, and expecting a war between the democracies over the vast distances that separated them was a little unrealistic. Now, we're going to use this Freedom House map to essentially create two categories: democracies and not democracies, or democratic countries and not democratic. The green countries, predominantly Western Europe and North America, but parts of South America as well, are categorized as democracies. They're essentially free politically. Mixed countries, some parts of Latin America, Eastern Europe, Indochina, are mixed, and then the purple are considered undemocratic or authoritarian. For the sake of our calculations, the mixed and the undemocratic will be lumped together as opposed to the free or green democratic countries. Unfortunately, getting half of the loaf in terms of political rights and values does not get you all the way there. Now, to quantify or test our theory, we have to create a hypothesis. And our hypothesis would be democratic states form alliances with other democracies more frequently than they do with other non-democracies. This alliance structure would be evidence for the lack of war and generally support our theory. Now, these are the calculations using our Freedom House map. Alliance patterns between two democratic countries total 6 over our 3 regions and the United States. Alliance patterns between a democratic country and a non-democratic country is 15. Two democracies who are not allies, there's only one applicable pattern, and then non-democratic or democratic and a mixed who are not allies is the overwhelming majority at 20. Now, extracting our chi-squared and our peace value are very important for statistical strength for our measures. The chi-squared is a simple statistical tool that will tell us whether or not the distribution, this one here that we've discussed, is due to random chance or if there is a definitive pattern. Our chi-squared value is 4.8, which is above the threshold to determine that there is some set pattern. So finally, is our theory supported? Our theory would lead us to believe that there is a large number of alliances between countries that are democracies due to, again, this shared sense of values or norms. But we actually see a far greater number of alliances between at least one non-democratic state and some other democratic state or another non-democratic state. And so generally our theory is not supported given the disparity of alliance patterns. Thank you very much.